And we're ready to go. Christy, welcome back to the stream. And welcome to our week and a half ago's content because I accidentally erased my save file. So, alas, here we go. Alrighty. Gotta get Sori up. Let me see. Where's Sori at? 88 XP. Okay, let's get Sori. Zubats though, they're too much. We back to the beginning. Yeah, pretty much. This is Broski. I am escalating for fire. I love the idea that Brock goes in to just like help. That's story building. That's story building right there. Yeah, that's true. Got it. We gotta name one after everybody. Fine, whip it. Whip it. Whip it good. Bye, Geodude. Nice knowing you. Sorry! Poison powder? Yes. 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 Sleep powder. I want sleep powder too. Can I justify it? Otherwise I'll have wasted my bullet seed, which kind of seems dumb. My vine whip is honestly, yeah, we just gotta go without it. Just gotta go without it. However, before the stream crashed, because that's what my stream does apparently. Pin this. I'm just gonna pin this here message. I'm gonna do that, so then anyone who wants to join the Discord server can get in as quick as they would wish with that invite. But alas. Oh, sorry, I'm back. My internet was acting. Totally cool. My stream just crashed completely, Christy. You new save. The Pokemon I choose is not Mankey. I'm sorry. You will eternally be Mankey. Angie. You will eternally be Mankey. It's your vibe. You're a Mankey, bro. Well, yeah, within reason. Within reason. Like, if I can help you out, I'll, let me know. Let me know, and I'll let you pick a Pokemon. I don't know your vibe perfectly yet, so I want to be respectful. Any bird. Okay. Any bird will work. I can do that. When we get to another bird, I'll hit you up. Just Angie's my best friend. I can mess with him, and I can name an angry pig monkey after him because that's what we do. And now because I'm thinking of Angie too much, I put the wrong Pokemon out. Whoops. So Rock Tomb works. Yay! It worked. So I want to be mindful of your team comp. Yeah, well that's the thing. I don't have an issue whatsoever. Even if I name a Pokemon after somebody, just being like, hey, sorry. Because let's be frank, the second a Growlithe comes into play, nothing matters. Because I will have my Arcanine. My Arcanine is my saving grace at all times. I must have my Arcanine. However, I did want to get back and fully answer it. Angie, I don't know when I cut out to... It's maybe not Zubat. That's fair. I don't think anyone wants to really be Zubat. Very fair. Can 6 Growlithe take on the Elite Four? My 6 Growlithe could. Or tease for my YouTube content. We could get multiple Growlithes. I have a regional Growlithe and Arcanine in my Pokemon region because Arcanine is my favorite Pokemon. But I really like the cold. So that's a little hint at what my region's Arcanine and Growlithe are going to be like. Which by all means, if you guys have not seen my YouTube channel, Pokemon Trainer Evan, you can see a lot of Pokemon card content and my custom Pokemon region there if you are interested. And also, however, I do want to go back in the chat a little bit just to finish because I don't know where I was cut off with technical difficulties. There you go. Sorry. Aloe raised a great question to me. If I could merge another franchise with Pokemon, what would I do? The first answer was very open world-esque for, Skyrim-esque for Pokemon. But I love the idea of building up boss fights to Pokemon a lot better than they are in the Pokemon game. Where, there's a lot of times the build-up to the boss isn't great. Where, like, Mewtwo, at least, it's like, it's post-game, it's like, it's treated as like this myth the entire time. There's true build-up to it. Where in a lot of Pokemon games, like even Sword and Shield at least had a few story elements to get you closer to Zacian and Zamazenta. But there's not a lot of story elements to get to a lot of legendary Pokemons. Arceus was the closest we got to that, but they could build that idea more. Yeah, I would love the idea of, which is why I like the Pokemon Adventure manga series so much. They do a great job building to things. The blast, and making things feel big. Like I have limited play of Emerald. I played through like 6 badges, but I don't recall a lot of context on Groudon and Kyogre. And when they were, and when that was happening, it just didn't feel huge. Whereas when I played Groudon and Kyogre, they're not my favorite, but I do like I love the concept and the idea. I'm not crazy about the execution of what they do. But, like with the Pokemon Adventure series, that entire thing, the entire storyline of the Pokemon Adventures series for Ruby and Sapphire is a complete build to Groudon and Kyogre in this huge cataclysm of an event. And they even find a way to make the Regis important, and the Regis frankly are never treated importantly. Which is bothersome to me, not because I really love the Regis, but if you're gonna treat if they're gonna be legendary Pokemon, using Braille as a puzzle, that was pretty crazy. I don't recall much of that, but those are some great elements, but there's not a lot of build. Even when you bring up those elements, there isn't a lot of build to those big cataclysmic Pokemon events. Where at least with Mewtwo, you can go to Cinnabar Island, you can find the notes of the research. It's built there. You get the tease with the Master Ball, it can catch anything, and there's research notes in Saffron City for Mewtwo. So it's slowly building to this point where, and the game subtly tells you through elements, yo, you're going to play this entire game just so you can possibly have a chance to beat Mewtwo. So Mewtwo feels like a big bad. Even though, it's just another normal Pokemon. Alright, 130, not bad. There feels like some form of build-up. And I feel like a lot of open world games struggle with that, they struggle with the big bad at the end, but they do a great job with the build. I remember Fable build up the Jack of Blades fight so much that when you finally met Jack of Blades, you're like, whoa, this is important. And when you first lose to him, you're like, that's a huge thing. That's a huge deal to lose and have to, kind of not start over, but I think the Rayquaza thing in Ruby and Sapphire was pretty big. I don't even remember if they even mentioned him. Suddenly realized you could find and catch a third legendary. Also, a super tricky bike tricks to get to him. Yeah, I mean, there are elements. There are elements there, but like the Reggies are disappointing. I don't even know how to get Latias and Latios. Definitely Emerald was far more his thing. For Rayquaza. But like, you know, like even the legendary birds in Gen 1, you go somewhere and it feels special because there were legendary birds there, but there's not a real build to like, oh my god, I gotta get to this thing, and like it's being mentioned and all this kind of stuff. It's just like, oh wait, there's just like really cool Pokemon here. That's exciting. It's fun, but there's no build there. Where going through some of the dungeons in Skyrim, like, the build to the boss is amazing because you're just constantly diving into these ruins and these tombs, just waiting, and you're getting notes and scrolls and all these things to tell you about the villain. But then it's inherently a Skyrim fight, which doesn't feel epic at all. So I would love to fuse the build of an open world game with the legendaries particularly, but big Pokemon in general, and gym leaders to Pokemon. I think that'd be a great crossover style thing, and also like that'd be really fun. But then on a side note, if I were going to cross Pokemon over with anything else, another thing I would do actually is, I've thought about this, I would do it with a lot of Nintendo games. I think Nintendo, oddly enough, even when people want to complain that Nintendo's greedy, I find it hysterical because they could be far greedier, and I would be if I were Nintendo, because it'd be stuff I would want to pay for. I wish there were Mario Kart and Mario Party crossovers with Pokemon. I think that'd be really, really fun to be able to do. Checking the stream, 'cause got a little bit of a weird thing, but we're okay. Back to business. But I feel that if I were going to approach Mario Kart, you know, Angie, you get a ton of credit for telling me the DLC idea, because I always think of new games all the time. But youngster Josh, only thing respectable about you is your shorts, bruh. Is when I think of what I would do, could you imagine? Now I'm going real crazy because I'm thinking about Rayquaza. But let's say you have, what the Ash, what the, why you gotta do that to me? Why? I'm sorry. And with the get wrecked with that bullet seed right on top. But going back to what I was saying, I would love a lot of Mario Kart DLC in that just like a racer and a course per one. I wouldn't have a problem having to buy all of them. I really wouldn't. Because I think it's a real wonderful way to explore the Nintendo universe to do that. I've even written a full, just for myself, because I was bored and had an entertaining idea for myself, of doing a 11 or 12 game storyline for Mario, because it bothers me that there's never any crossover storylines. I think that'd be really fun. That starts in a Mario Kart game and goes all the way through. And then you could explain why you could get Link and Zelda, and then Pokemon you could get Pikachu and, you know, Red and Green as trainers, or whoever the modern generation base that trainers are. You could do that, which I think could be really, really fun. Oh yeah, absolutely. I love lore. That's why I love Skyrim. Should direct the new Mario movie. I haven't seen the new Mario movie yet, Still need to. I know it's not super well reviewed by fans. General audiences, I heard, didn't hate it, but Mario fans didn't like it. But I always think of shared universe. That's just always my thing. Am I gonna change? No, I'm gonna stick with this. Where my idea for Mario Kart was really, how do you include all these characters? Since it seems like we're going the Mario Kart route, and then I'll get back to the Pokemon crossover. The idea, in theory, would be, how do you cross over? The movie was 90 minutes of Mario references and video game homages. Okay, fair enough. It was haha. Yeah, okay, so yeah, very safe, but it was fun. Okay, so I mean, that's the thing, you know, video game movies inherently always are kind of rough because I feel like they split audiences a lot with what they're trying to do. It was pretty fun, very popcorny, but a good time if you're... Yeah, good popcorn movie's great. I love it. Like, people do not give enough credit to a good popcorn movie nowadays. They really don't. You know, I'm sorry. Like, sometimes it's nice to just watch a dumb 80s action movie because it's a popcorn movie. About to see where Mario snap Master's neck was pretty intense, by the way. I slowly read it. I slowly read that comment just in case there was a spoiler that I was gonna be mad about. Like the Mario movie more than Sonic 2. Okay, I mean, I haven't seen the second Sonic movie. The first Sonic movie I actually kind of enjoyed. It's not good. I want that to be very clear. Not a great movie, but I enjoyed it for what it was. But again, I think there's a lot of room for growth. And a lot of room to grow the lore. So it's crazy if you actually think, I really like Sonic movies, but I have so much. I love the original Sonic games. It's some of the first games I ever played. Even though I never really beat them. I always got stuck on the second or third level. Knuckles is your favorite? Okay. I like Knuckles. Knuckles is great. There's nothing wrong with liking what you like, man. Nothing wrong with liking what you like. You should do that. You know. First with both words. Hey, sorry! We knew you could do it, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry! We got ourselves an Ivysaur. We about to wreck everybody. Maybe, I'm not gonna lie, after the stream, I've always been thinking about watching Sonic 2. Maybe I'll watch Sonic 2 tonight, just as I draw, so I don't have to super pay attention, but I can have some fun with it. But overall, with the Mario idea... Oh, wrong Pokemon. Yeah, let's low kick it. Let's have some fun. Nice. Super effective. The Mario idea I had was... well, I'm a big Geno fan from Super Mario and the 7 Stars. I'm a huge fan of Geno from that. I think that's a really interesting, unique idea for a character. And Angela the Hedgehog likes basketball. Interesting. So it was really just the idea of how do you bring Geno into the Mario universe. That was pretty much the entire idea of why I was doing what I was doing. And for my little fun idea for myself. But it makes no sense to me that there's not Wario game, or there's not Wario games, there's no Peach game, there's no Peach game, there's no Waluigi game, there's no Luigi game outside of Luigi's Mansion. So I had this whole big crossover event, and I think racing games could use a little bit of a storyline, just because then obviously it's a racing game. They're party games. The way Mario Kart is designed, it's a party game. You want to play it with your friends. That's super cool. But I really appreciate when they, from the Smash Bros. Perspective, when there is a small storyline. One's first results is based on the card movie. Interesting. But I always love the idea when Smash Bros. Comes out, there's a storyline, so then I can get into it for myself when I'm locking all the characters, and then as I'm doing it, then I can also look back and have some fun with my friends when we eventually play with all the characters unlocked. That's always really fun for me. So I wish there was something like that for Mario Kart. So the whole idea would be, there's something called the Star Road. There's something called the Star Road, which is kind of ties into Gino's lore. He's kind of like from the Star Realm. And Wario and Waluigi, was kind of what spurred on her interest in doing Sonic fan art. Interesting. It's pretty cool. But doing a Gino, you do the Star Road thing, and it's all because Wario and Waluigi are greedy as hell, and they're trying to make money. So they're chipping away at the Star Road, and they just mine it and break it to the point where there's just huge realm and time and space comes, and that's how you can get this evil enemy in. So then you can even do get Bowser on your team after some stuff. Do something cool like that. But it's just a way to open the realms. They break the Star Road and they break dimensions to the point where you have a reason why there's crossovers. So all of a sudden out of nowhere you're like, oh wait, we're halfway through Mario Kart and we've unlocked half the racers. Who's this new racer? And then it's oh, we're in Hyrule now. How does that make sense? And it's oh, there's a logical way to make that sense. There is a call out to you guys' personality, both liking that kind of stuff. It is interesting that you guys are like that. But beyond that, there'd be a way to make the dots connect, but I'm sensing a connection. I'd have to get my notes out and read the entire thing. But that's how because it makes sense in my head with that, but also, yeah, you need more context for it. But that's how you could get Gino to actually come back and be a full-fledged character in the Mario games. You could do a lot more stuff with that. But from a crossover event, I think it'd be super cool to do I know big Sonic fan, and then my Sonic Best Sonic 3 at some time. That was the original. Interesting. Angie, level 10. Well done, buddy. Well done, Angie. You're great. You're just great. But I would love the idea of having Pikachu as a playable racer in Mario Kart and running around Lumio City from Gen 6. You could do so many different things, you could do a burnt tower course and have Ho-Oh flying over, and if you take specialty secret tracks, you can get the legendary birds involved in something. That would be super cool, in my opinion. I just think there's a lot of really cool possibilities for a Pokemon crossover from those things, and that would be incredibly fun to play. But even Sword and Shield, could you imagine if there was a racetrack and you're going through and you're spiraling through the stadium through Winded, and then you're outside the stadium and you see the Ferris wheel, but when you first start, but I like the idea. I love the idea of, let's say you start in the final stadium of Sword and Shield, right? And you're spiraling out of the stadium and you're seeing a battle taking place between two Pokemon. And then, as you're driving out of the stadium, you go past the Ferris wheel, you see in the distance some of Galar, and then you go back into the stadium and it's right as a Gigantamax is happening. Woo! Hello, Clefairy. What's up? Did not see this one coming. at all. I'm gonna be honest, we're gonna get... Don't have Ash to do it for us. This isn't good. Isn't good. Oh no, 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 no. I need to catch this Clefairy. Need to catch this Clefairy. Clefairy. Do tackle. Play it safe here. To catch Clefairy. Really fun, and I never have Clefairies. But it'd be really fun to have a Pokemon track cart go through the stadium as the battle's going on, and then you come back, and then a Gigantamax happens. Could you imagine if you saw, like, Snorlax and Charizard? Just, I'm thinking of two of the cooler Gigantamaxes. And you're like, oh, wow, like, there's Charizard and Snorlax, and I'm seeing Leon versus insert player character, right? And you're driving around, you go back into the stadium, and it's right as the Gigantamax happens. So you have to, like, drive around the Snorlax tree shape of the Dynamax, or the Gigantamax, and you have to, like, avoid the fire from the Gigantamax Charizard. Like, that'd be a really, really fun Mario Kart course. That could be really, really cool. Or if you had to spiral down the Sky Pillar and you saw Rayquaza going through to intervene in the fight between Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre. Like, that could be really, really fun stuff. Mountain Pokemon Clefairy, the fairy Pokemon, height 2 feet tall, weight 16.5 pounds. Its adorable appearance makes it popular as a pet. However, it is rare and difficult to find. Thank you, Christy. I appreciate that. Alright, what is Clefairy's name going to be? Christy, if you answer fast enough, it's going to be you. But I want to honor your wishes of a bird Pokemon if you'd rather have that. We're going to give it 10 seconds as I drink my Polar. That gigantic, that dragon. Don't mind being a Clefairy, great. We'll go full on name here, kid. We'll do full name here. Oh, yes. Thank you. Alright. Nah. More fun to do the fun name with it, that one, just because it's just odd. Lap 3 could drive through the front on Gigantamax Snorlax tummy. That'd be really, really fun. Yeah, I just think there's a lot of cool ideas you could have for Pokemon. I love the idea of the Sky Pillar with Rayquaza. I'm a huge Gen 2 guy, so Mount Silver could go Mount Silver with like legendary encounters around it, and then you run through and you see the, just so you can get the two most, I guess, iconic trainers from back in the day in terms of a gameplay perspective, not the actual lore play. But could you imagine if you got Chris or Crystal from Crystal leading a team again at Mount Silver against Red, and you're running around that track? That'd be really fun. Yeah, Red and Gold fighting could be super fun, or Crystal, or whoever. That'd just be, they'd be fun tracks to play. Honestly, you know what, Angie? Let's just roll with it. See what we can do here, buddy. Come on, Ange. Come on, Ange. Come on, Ange. Never played Sonic All-Star Racing, but I didn't hear horrible things about it. But that's the thing. I love the idea of incorporating Mario Kart tracks that would really intrigue people to play the game more often. And I think they could do 7-star raid style-esque things like every month, where you're just like, they do the DLC style of, hey, much like the Mario Kart extension. Exactly. Red and Gold fight in the background will be dope. I love Gold from the Pokemon Adventures manga. Cannot recommend the Adventure series enough. However, my heart really wants everyone to love Crystal, because Crystal's so good. That would just be a fun idea. I love the idea of a full-on extension of Mario Kart where, you know, I've come to really, like, even to the point where I've looked into the lore of it, even though I never played it. I love the idea of more F-Zero crossover, so you could really have a reason for that game living on and existing without a game, really, but have another, you know, have Captain Falcon as a playable racer in Mario Kart. That could be really, really fun. I'm glad that they got the 2 F-Zero tracks. Those are really fun, but do that one. Do Link and Zelda through Hyrule, but do, you know, I would have like, or do Toon Link so you could do a Wind Waker based track, and then you could do the more Breath of the Wild one with Zelda. Like, that could be really fun. I thought of tons of stuff like this. Kick him. Ange. Yeah, Ange. Buddy, got this. Got it, Angie. You got it, you got it, you got it. Come again. But I think those are all really fun ideas for crossovers. But for Pokemon, I would just love more crossover for Pokemon. I also think it'd be really fun to get a Mario Party crossover. Granted, I make Mario Party crossovers in real life, so also something I find super intriguing. Playing Mario Party in real life and hosting every year is just something that I would love in-game to be able to do that. But I'd love, you know, a Victory Road course, or Scarlet and Shield, or Scarlet and Violet, I'm sorry. Oh, nope, we gotta put Christy on the team. Could be a track where you see Agumon against... Oh my god! Get the Digimon out of here. You like Digimon, good for you. Digimon ain't my cup of tea. It was at one time. At one time, actually, when I was 8 years old, because I was a kid, and, you know, right? I thought I had psychic powers because I correctly predicted the name of a Digimon from the first Digimon movie. Real fun fact from 8-year-old Evan's head. Alright, Clav, I'm sorry. But you must be stored. But I accurately predicted the name of Rapidmon, so I thought, oh my god, I'm a genius. And I had that idea in my head, because why not? Because I'm a kid. For April Fools, you should do a video on Digimon Trainer Evan. Okay, from that perspective, I love that idea, because that's an energy. That's an energy that just, it takes effort to do that. I respect that. Alright, Christy Karen. Let's see what our moves are here. Docile nature. Hopefully that's accurate. Cute charm. Actuates on contact. Pound, growl, encore, and sing. It's nice to have sing. Hopefully you're helpful in the run. I think you will be. I think you will. It'll be real fun to get you there.